Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Back in the saddle, folks.
Yeah, just some good, horse representation for this.
Right. Yeah. If you were a horse girl, a horse lad,
Well, you're welcome here.
any kind of horse human adjacent.
Centaurs are welcome here.
Yes, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, if you also are part horse, physically and in addition to emotionally, then you are also welcome here.
In every way except
so.
physical, I am a wolf.
God, how different the world would be if instead of that person saying that and screaming out like a beautiful wolf,
Right.
she was a horse instead and just
It was
neighed.
a soft neigh.
Yeah, just like a soft neigh. I don't think it would change everything, but it would change everything for me. I think that's the vibe shift. Honest, that would be the vibe shift.
I mean, that we would be going from a Team Jacob timeline to a Team Edward timeline. Let's be honest.
Ooh, okay.
We say Team Edward is a vampire, but honestly, he is a horse. He runs really fast. Stamina,
Yeah.
So
This is our retcon. Welcome to the fight. Edward Cullen is a horse, spiritually, physically, and
emotionally, yeah, absolutely.
At his core, yeah, that's what we believe. And if you don't fuck with that, you can get out.
Yeah, I think it would be really fucked up for us to say that welcome into the Twilight. We talk about fucked up romances and cryptids, and then also say if you are a cryptid, you aren't welcome in this space. That would be fucked up. So, no, cryptids are welcome here. Mothman doing his hot girl walk, listening to the pod.
Yeah, Mothman especially. Mothman, come on the podcast, you know? I know, if you're listening.
I would not be able to keep it cool, to be fair.
You think you'd be too horny?
Yeah.
You think you couldn't contain yourself?
Anyways, welcome to the space. Who is your emotional support cryptid?
Oh, yes, that's a great question.
Please
let us all know.
How are you?
I am living. I'm vibing.
Thank God. You know?
Yeah, we out here. You know what I mean? I would like to bring a film this week. Maybe film is generous. It is a movie.
It's something.
Marry Me. Have you seen Marry Me? Have you been swept up by the power of J-Lo and Marry Me?
So Peacock's been up my ass trying to get me to watch
The marketing
this movie.
campaign for this movie has been astronomical. I cannot even imagine how much money they've put into this thing, especially since this movie seems like it was written by an AI, very specifically.
No.
But what if I told you it's actually quite fun?
So here's the thing. I have been very hesitant on watching this movie.
Yes.
Because everything about it, I guess.
Yeah, the whole everything.
It's unfortunate because I love J-Lo in a rom-com. That's how I grew up with her, except for the brief moment when I was 6 and I thought she was Selena and I had watched her die in a movie and that was emotionally traumatizing.
Oh, no.
But J-Lo and rom-coms as a kid went together really well.
That's like candy, you know?
Right, exactly. The problem is that this movie has been just everywhere. And it's also Owen Wilson, right? And it's
yeah.
The one thing I will say in the past 48 hours that has made me want to watch it, which is not what I expected, is someone on Twitter said that this movie makes Jimmy Fallon look like an asshole in their universe.
Yes.
And I was all right, you've piqued my interest.
It crucially, there's only a couple bits, but they really make him look like the fool he is. And
so
it's
tell
fabulous.
me everything, because I trust you.
This movie has everything. It's
got J-Lo
in a tiny hat, poorly lip syncing, totally different notes to what she's actually singing in the
Right?
recording studio. We have Owen Wilson as a divorced math teacher who just wants his daughter to like him and also know that she's talented at math.
Relatable.
Also, this man just has like a flip phone in the year 2022.
Okay. Relatable.
Relatable. He's very good at being confused man next to very attractive, influency pop star, the most gorgeous person ever, and him just being some guy. You know?
Right.
Owen Wilson is great at
just
being some
guy.
guy. He's just some guy, but he's charming. He's got a dog that he has to just like pick up everywhere because they're too shy to like take a piss outside and can't really walk very well, so he just like picks it up and just
Relatable.
walks it around the block with J-Lo, who's wearing like Balenciaga probably. It has everything.
I have enough questions that I feel like I need to see it for myself.
Yeah.
Which is great, and I appreciate that. It's been a minute, I feel like, since I have seen a proper rom-com,
Yeah.
so I'm excited for this space.
How are you?
I am doing okay. When y'all are listening to this, I will be like 48-ish hours out from getting my booster shot.
Ooh.
So I will be resting.
Yes.
But I wanted to bring something to the space that I don't think I have talked about before, but if I have, it's fine because it matters to me, which is the experience of not only making and gifting, but also receiving a physical mixtape from
Ooh.
someone.
Yes.
This was a titular part of my late elementary, middle, and high school experience. And it has come to my attention that this was not an experience that some people my age had of like physically burning a CD and giving it to someone.
For someone. Yeah.
And because they were like, they'd make a playlist for someone.
Right.
But not physically like burn the CD, write on it in Sharpie, like make the cover for it.
Yeah.
And this to me was romance. Like this.
Yes, that's the peak. Yes, that's
Like
the pinnacle.
Like if I could describe yearning of like all of the details that went into making the cover and the art in there, especially as someone who was not artistic. And even the like order of the songs, it's such an affair.
Yeah.
And to find out that this is not something that was an experience for folks my age breaks my heart, because it was
it's fucked up.
It is.
You missed out.
It's fucked up. You missed out. And even
But also there's still time, I guess. You can just get a bunch of blank CDs for very cheap, so
you can still do it. And I think one of the things that I loved the most about this too was like was one, I hated the act of like physically giving it to someone because that's so awkward.
do you want this? You could just like take it and be cool.
But like
I kind of thought about you making this, but like whatever. It's like chill. You don't have
it's
to.
like only my heart.
No pressure.
In the form of music.
It's only everything I have to give. Every part of me is in here.
But it was like, it took so much time, right? For what did it need to? And I know that there's a lot of people now who spend a lot of time making curated playlists for people.
Yes.
But this is such a very boomer thing of me to say. I'm
Right.
sorry. But like the physical act of doing it was such an affair. And I love that. And I was very much reminded of it this week and how much I miss it. And I'm very grateful to have had that experience, even though I definitely think I got high on Sharpie fumes at least once in my life.
Absolutely. the art of trying to like get everything beautifully on there, capture the vibe in Sharpie already a challenge. And if you were bold enough to like do the track list and everything on the bottom or whatever, it's a lot of, mental gymnastics going on there.
It is.
While also under serious Sharpie fumes. As a child, it hits different, Maybe that's why it also has a strong fondness, because we were probably quite high in the process of our craft, Yeah,
probably a lot of the romanticization comes from the fact that, it was just Sharpie-induced fumes that were there. But that was something that was brought to my attention. And I am very grateful to have had that experience before I solely shifted to digital music curation.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I went through a lot of my childhood things, I still have quite a few of them. Mm-hmm. It's just something that's great. It's a very great moment that I love. It makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, just you couldn't ask me to do it now. I think I'd be very embarrassed to physically burn a CD for someone now and hand it to them instead of being like,
but our youthful confidence.
Yeah, but something about not having a fully developed prefrontal cortex. You could just be like, hey, I made this mix for you. It's a lot of Lifehouse and Maroon 5.
Hope you like it.
It has a lot of deep meanings in here. So, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But the yearning, Cody.
Yeah. Ugh, it's all about the yearning.
Speaking of yearning, we have some really important photos to talk about.
Oh, God. And videos.
Yeah. The digital cover of this is truly one to remember.
The fine folks at Entertainment Weekly went off this week.
They didn't have to go so hard, but they did.
They did it for us specifically, and I appreciate it, so thank you. We have a fucking digital cover / also a physical cover, I believe, too, with the loves of our lives, Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz for the Batman. And this while you were talking, I may have just disassociated a little bit because I just had this auto playing in the background, and I think I just passed away. I think my body and my spirit left me because it's just looping, and I just can't look away. I'm not even looking at the words or the text of this article. I can't even scroll. They're just sucking me in.
It's honestly the hottest thing I've ever seen.
It's powerful. Talk about yearning, as you said.
For real.
And it's they're doing a little, ooh, we're so close, but will we kiss? We won't, but we'll be so close to doing it and just look back at you. It's just the tease. And it's these two people are too attractive, first of all, should be illegal. I don't like it.
It should be a crime.
And for Entertainment Weekly to just go off of that and say, just be sexy.
Yeah, what were the photographers and the videographers' notes for this? Just touch each other. Robert, just have your hand on Zoe's waist. Zoe, just touch Robert's suit jacket. Look at each other for a really long time, and then look at us and be like, "Hey, we saw you across the bar. We like your vibe." And it's
literally,
excuse me, while I drop dead. Thank you.
Excuse me while I pass away. I can't do this. Hello?
Oh my God. They're not doing anything, and they're also doing everything.
Right, but it means everything.
Who directed this, and who do I need to both sue and give every single penny to?
Yeah.
Who's the creative team on here? The fact that they called this Night Moves, fuck you.
Yeah.
First of all.
How dare you?
Okay, so they had a huge creative team here, but it looks like the director and photographer was Giselle Hernandez. So
thank you, Giselle, for your service to humanity. The
coloring too, everything about the set that they used, I'm obsessed with. But yeah, I need to go away from the digital cover because I am losing my words. It is one of my personal favorites when I'm looking at all of the stills that they have. Is they have it titled, the photo title is When the Bat Met the Cat. And it's, both of them are just giggling.
Yeah.
And it looks like what should be used on like an engagement photographer's website.
Yeah.
It's so charming. You rarely see Robert smile like this, which like you can tell that the team made him feel comfortable, and I'm just like, God damn it.
Right.
I'm so annoyed.
This is fucked up.
Especially because this is back-to-back weeks now of Robert showing promotional photo shoots, and I'm just struggling to breathe a little.
It's just hard.
I will say that the article that they posted as well is very extensive. Chancellor Agard went very deep on this.
Yeah, Chancellor went in.
Yes. One of the things that stood out to me about this is when Zoe Kravitz discusses the chemistry read that the two of them had, and that it was very intense, which does not surprise me at all. Yeah. One of the things that shocked me about this, though, is that apparently during the chemistry read, Rob was wearing the bat suit.
Oh my gosh.
And because apparently in addition to it being a chemistry read, they were also trying to do like a camera test there as well. And
gotcha.
What they were shooting in that moment was her as Catwoman taking off a motorcycle helmet. And which seemingly, right, is a very simple task.
Sure.
But this is a chemistry read, right? And so you have to, like, one of the things that Zoe says is it's wildly complicated to take off a helmet and look cool, not to have it get stuck on your head or your hair look funny. I was convinced that was going to be my downfall. And that's so real because you see that on paper and it's like, oh, okay, I got that. But then you also have to do it in a way that's like badass and quote sexy and
right, and still also be cool.
Right, and you still have to be cool as fuck. And so it's like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
One of my favorite parts about this is in this slideshow, there's kind of like talking about how Rob was, what he thought about Zoe Kravitz for the first time, whatever. And the quote they have is just, "She looks like Catwoman."
Oh my God.
Which, yes, thank you, Robert.
I mean, there's so many words.
Just so, I love it. You know, keep it simple, bud. Just go right to the point.
I like to imagine that there was just a lot of, like, pause and stuttering between there, and that's what they had to kind of cut together to a full sentence. Yeah. Just fucking dude, I can't. One of the things that surprised me about this piece, as well as Robert's interview with... which one of the late night fucks? Oh, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, one of those dudes.
He is, in both of those pieces, speaking very kindly of Matt Reeves, which goes against all of the stuff that we saw in the news last year where the two of them had major beef.
Were allegedly beefing, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know if it's just because it's the promotional information or if they're trying if they're fine now, but a lot of the stuff that he's been saying during this press tour is that everything's fine. We've never had a problem before.
We've never beefed ever. It's like, that's not the truth, Matt. Robert.
Yeah, we're actually best buds, and I love his creative direction, and everything's going great. So weird. It's very
interesting. Weird. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's just pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah. The other piece that I thought was interesting, and I know that you would this is very recent, I guess, is about Mr. Riddler himself.
Mr. Riddler. Mr. Riddler. Paul Dano is talking. Paul Dano is talking. And like so many of the folks who have played villains before, especially in the Batman
in that DC
universe. In the DC universe, you got your Jokers, you know, you got the method actors that take it a little bit too far. Some could say. But Paul Dano apparently and allegedly could not sleep while filming the Batman because the character he was playing of the Riddler was so unbelievably terrifying. Which,
Homeboy.
First of all, what?
I'm asking. Scene of this dude is not spoopy.
Right.
It's just weird. And so either I'm going to be very shocked when I watch this movie and he's doing real fucked up shit, or boy, you need to learn work-life balance.
Yeah, bud, that seems like a you problem, actually. It seems like you don't have boundaries, which, you know, maybe we should talk about that, you know?
Right.
But I'm just asking a single actor to be normal for once, you know? Like, my standards
DC universe,
are quite low, you know? Like, I you know, it's fine, whatever. But I just go to sleep, bud. You don't have to be consumed by Mr. Riddler.
Yeah.
Puppeteered by Matt Reeves. Come on now.
There are so many folks who have done horror films, thrillers, action movies, who have been able to say, yeah, I lived a normal fucking life, actually.
Right.
So
yeah, it's like I go home and I eat some popcorn in my fancy little house because I just make a lot of money by being an actor. Like, you're just a guy. Like, you're a guy.
Why is there always these white dudes who are like, yeah, actually, I was just an asshole the whole time. It's like, no.
I was irreparably changed by this role, and now I am a different man. Now I am a villain. It's real.
Paul Dano's coming for me.
Yeah. Oh, God. Everyone, close your windows. Paul Dano could be lurking at any corner.
God. It's just, like, chill for a second.
Yeah.
And understand, like, it's a movie. Okay?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Few people realize this. It is just a movie.
Like, I know that Nicole Kidman wants us to think, like, it's all real, but it's just a movie. It's okay. Like, we can step outside of it.
Right.
Anyways, I'm very curious about this film. But we shall see. We shall see where it goes.
Yeah.
We had the distinct pleasure across the coast of seeing the same promotional image for Peacock's lineup at the same time. And I texted
our brains converged. Everything came together
during the Super Bowl while I was watching this, because we had gotten a news piece about a week ago saying, okay, hey, we're Peacock. Look at all of these new TV shows that we've got going on. And one of them was, of course, Vampire Academy. And you, like myself, have been watching the Olympics, haven't seen shit for this.
Right.
And so naturally, we're on the defensive. And then during the Super Bowl, they played the whole, like, here's what we've got coming on Peacock. And Vampire Academy, for, like, legit 2 seconds.
Yep.
Was
very
included
quick.
In that teaser.
Yeah. But the footage exists. It is a real television program. We don't have a date. We don't have any real information besides what we know of the cast and these, like, literally 2 screen grabs from 2 seconds, or 3 screen grabs from a few seconds of content. But it is apparently real and happening.
Yeah, they've filmed something to put in this teaser. Yeah. And according to the IMDb, it is set to start this year. But again, we don't have dates. We don't know when that will be. Yeah. But as of the Super Bowl, they are saying it's part of their lineup.
They pulled out all the stops, you know?
Yeah. The 2 stills, like the 2 shots that they put in there, I thought were really interesting because we see Lissa in her full, like, getup.
Yeah, this fancy-ass collar all the way up to her neck.
And Rose looking very dauntless, I would say. Miss Windbreaker. And then the most Catherine Hardwicke-esque fight scene I have ever seen.
It is blue. It is baseball fight-esque. There are people jumping out into a fountain. There's fire, I think, happening.
Yeah.
People, bodies everywhere.
And you might be like, how blue? Like, beat-up-bop blue. Like,
Right.
it's...
Yeah.
like, they took directly the same Lightroom
Right.
settings
They
that
found Catherine Hardwicke's preset, and they just said,
Yes,
just drop it
exactly.
in.
I'm assuming that Dimitri is part of this, but who's to say? You know, even the fire looks blue. It's weird.
Yeah, right.
It's just,
Yeah.
the editing's wild. But I thought
Yeah.
this would be a good opportunity to take a look at the cast again, because I feel like when we did this last, I didn't know who the characters were,
Yeah.
which made it hard to have opinions on the actors.
Yes.
And when I scan this again, I am now very excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically, like, just at first glance, the actor that they have for Viktor Dashkov, hello, very excited. And now that I know who Dimitri is, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And even, honestly, Christian, I feel like is a great fit.
Christian is a good Mr. Day Kim.
Yes.
I am into that for sure.
Looking at these now that I understand who they are, I am excited. I love the idea of who they cast for Lissa and Rose. It is not who they cast for the movie, and I think that is a great choice.
Yeah. Switch it up. Have a little fun with it. Go wild.
Unfortunately, the person that they cast as Mason is much cuter than it was in the movie, which is going to be sad.
Yeah.
So, rip, you know?
Rip to a real one, you know?
But I am very interested in where this is going, especially because of the fact that we don't know what even this first season will cover.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
we
if they're
really have
going
no clue.
by book. They just won't give us anything, and it's killing me.
Huh.
We have a listener backstory as a continuation. Would you like
A
to
follow-up.
read this?
Absolutely, I would. This is from previous email letter writer, Ileana. Thank you for following up. Who writes, after submitting my Twilight backstory a few weeks ago, I remember that when I was moving at the end of last year, I found some notebooks from middle school. One of them had, quote, book notes in them, including my riveting thoughts on Twilight and New Moon. I was into writing when I was younger, and I'm assuming I came across the advice somewhere to keep track of what I liked and didn't like about the books I read as part of developing my authorial voice or something.
That's smart.
As you can see, I was not a fan of Rosalie. I've come around on that, obviously. I was not here for Belle's depression sequence, and yet had the utmost empathy for Jasper, ? Also wasn't huge into spelling, lol. Thank you again for your important... Oh, yes, great. Yeah, this is fabulous. Thank you for sending this in, Ileana. I am... Wow. This is a treasure trove that you have found here.
The handwriting, the penmanship that you had in middle school looks like a college student. It's so...
Yeah.
It's amazing. We've seen quite a few middle schoolers' handwriting in our years here.
Yeah.
And this is very, like, to the point.
Yes. Elevated, one could say.
It's very elevated. It's very much what I associate with you. I love that. Thank you also for including a transcript here. I love this so much. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first of all, for folks that cannot look at these, I will read these out. So this goes. I love Bella's ordinariness.
Yes.
Edward's passion. I hate Rosalie because she is jealous and vindictive and has a closed mind towards Bella. With her carelessness, she almost causes a catastrophe, but starts to be okay after she genuinely apologizes. I love Jasper because of his vulnerability and the pressure he puts on himself.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You have to love him. I felt extremely sorry for him on Bella's birthday.
Oh my god.
Because he tried so hard and he felt so bad. I read those books so fast because the story was so intriguing and you have to know what's going to happen next. The one thing I think Stephanie, could have done better was on when Edward left and Bella's heartbreak was a bit too overdone.
Oh my god. Honestly, go off. Young Ileana was like, I don't want to have to turn the page 10 times for every month. I'm sick of this. Let's cut to the chase.
I love this. I think this is a great time capsule into your brain at the time. Yes. And I am immensely grateful.
This is, I'm so glad you, kept this and also shared it with us.
Wow. And honestly, it reads exactly like a fucking Goodreads review. So,
literally, yes.
Good work,
Yes.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. When we last discussed Vampire Academy, Rose was not at her best.
Yeah. I feel like we're getting kind of repetitive on these catch-ups, but that really has been what we leave on every time.
Yeah. She was, quote, fake punished. She went to her community service.
Yes.
Got some hot goss from middle schooler.
Right.
Who asked her if she could teach her how to punch. Right. And Dimitri was like, B2 Dubs, this is a date. Bye.
Right. Anyway, I gotta go.
And then Rose found out her and her best buds were going on a private jet to the royal court. Only problem
court time.
that she had gone about 2-3 hours with no liquid or food. Yeah. So she did start to curse out her royal friends. Yeah. And then saw faces and bats.
So, like, not great. Not a great thing to, like, step into,
Yeah, and everyone around her was like, oh, yeah, that's just how migraines work, which is
just take a Tylenol, You'll be fine. You're good.
The school is sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. It's like, no.
Hey, whoa.
Y'all don't believe in ghosts sometimes, but you believe in migraine auras? Okay, great.
Yeah, sure. Glad we're all on the same page here, I guess. Got everything's in the
to get back after this trip, and everyone knows that she sees bats and faces because her medical information isn't protected.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because someone is always spilling her medical information.
Her medical tea. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So, where do we start off in chapter 11?
Chapter 11, Rose and the gang, hop off the plane to LAX with their dreams and their visions of bats. But for real, they're here. They're in Pennsylvania.
Near the Poconos.
They're near the Poconos. So, having, they're different vibes. Vibes.
They're here for a podcast convention.
Yeah. Yeah, they're here for fucking PodCon's new location or whatever. Yeah. And so they're looking at this royal court. It's here. It looks essentially like a big fancy school like St. Vladimir's, which I suppose is sort of like the cover-up that they use, because it's like this huge building and being like, yeah, this is just a fancy school, don't go in there, there's no vampires or anything in there, don't worry about it,
They got a good deal from their construction company just to use the same
right, just to keep their silly little secrets all across the country, apparently. Right. We get, some guardians up in here, just as like protection, I suppose, and they're just like being walked through this fancy little building or whatever.
Oh yeah, this is the thing that made me naturally start to get really nervous.
It's the tensions are Alberta
was like, so Eddie and Rose are still, even though they're going on this fancy trip, are still on their
duty.
Field experience, right?
Yeah.
But Alberta, head guardian, is like, oh yeah, so we're at the court right now.
Right.
So, and this is like the most protected space. Everyone's safe here, so you don't actually need to stay with your charge.
So, like, just don't worry about it, you know?
Everyone can just kind of like go and vibe. This place is heavily warded. We know that those wards can never break, so just vibe. It's fine.
Nothing bad will ever happen here, okay? Don't even worry about it. Which, like, obviously Eddie and Rose are quite defensive about it, being like, our whole thing, our whole jobs are to protect our people, regardless of how safe a situation might be. It's assessing the situation, you know?
Right.
But Rose is also like, yeah, this place does have a TV, though, you know?
Yeah, you
and,
said
like,
I could
there's
rest for
snacks.
4 hours, so
yeah, I can actually sleep, so which I haven't done in weeks probably, so I'm gonna maybe check that out and see what's going on there.
Right.
And
Whereas
then
Eddie's
immediately
like, just fucking freaking out. He's just like,
Eddie's just like, I don't know what to do. I'm not useful anymore. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my hands. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to be stable. And as soon as Rose is like, let me just sit on this couch, maybe, you know, put on some Dateline or something and just vibe out, you know, Alyssa just pops in through the mind mold and it's like, hey bestie, we should talk. And she's like, god damn it, okay.
I gotta go see the queen in an hour, so help me figure out what to wear.
Right, exactly, yeah. So Alyssa's like gonna have a little chit chat, personally called to by Queen Victoria, or was it Victor? What's her name? Holy shit, Tatiana. Holy shit. Sorry, obviously Tatiana called specifically. It's like, hey, we gotta talk. And so now Alyssa and Rose are being like, let's pick out outfits so I can look good for the queen.
They haven't
and maybe
talked
talk about
in forever.
Yeah, especially since the last time, basically, she just cursed me out in front of literally everyone important at a very nice dance/dinner.
Right.
But other than that, good terms. Besties. So good. So sick.
So naturally, this is freaking out.
Yeah, Liz is freaking out. Rose convinced her to, like, do a cute little, like, pant situation. And not a little pantsuit, not a dress. So, like, okay, go off. Liz is girl bossing today, which we love. Love that. Rose gets into this thing about, like, makeup, being like, yeah, kind of wish I could wear makeup, but, like, being a guardian is so fucking hard, and, like, everything would smudge, so, like, shit. I miss those days, but my life's different now.
It's the hard thing about 2005, right, is they haven't gotten to the part of makeup where everything is just slathered on your face.
Right, yeah, we're not at cakey yet, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, came
soon,
in too
Rose.
early. Yes, yeah, you got
just you wait.
It'll be your time soon enough.
Soon. Everything will be matte and waterproof, and just you wait.
And then they're having this conversation about Adrian, as they're wont to do.
Right.
And all the, like, rumors surrounding Adrian. And also now rumors surrounding Adrian and Rose.
And it's weird because Rumors by Lindsay Lohan is also playing in the background.
It's very crucial to note that, and it's definitely not a bit. It's for real happening in this. So it's all coming together. But there's, like, all these rumors about Adrian, like, you know, having all these women, but also there's one of him with Rose, like, you know, having sex, or her being pregnant with his love child. Like, there's some wild
weird
rumors. And Rose is like, motherfucker, can I not just escape any of these things? Why does everyone think I'm just some person doing this all the time? I can't escape it.
She just wants to be left alone, and no one will let that happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fucked up.
The other thing too that I found very weird about this conversation is Lissa seems very adamant about pushing Adrian on Rose for the sake that Mason is gone.
Yeah.
And when Rose is like, no, like, Adrian's not really my type. He's awkward and weird and talks to me in my dreams. Yeah. Then Lissa's like, but you need a boy, like high school boyfriends. Like that's like what makes your life matter.
Right.
And Rose is like, well, actually, I don't think I need a boyfriend to complete my high school experience.
Yeah. It's like, actually, I'm chill, so thank you.
And Liz is like, okay, well, maybe you don't. I just feel like it'd be nice for you to do, you know, a little flirting. To
A
go
little
out
flirty
little.
flirt. Have a little fun.
Right. And she's not wrong. But also, like, she just doesn't know about Dimitri, which makes this hard.
Yeah, which, ugh, girls, come on.
Yeah. Remember when they used to be honest with each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Those were the days.
yeah. They were brief days, but apparently
Yes.
they existed.
Yeah. We get
I did
this...
think it was cute.
Ooh, yes, go.
Where, after they talk more about Christian being jealous and stuff, which does come up later again, so it's important to note. Lissa is like, okay, my hair's up. I'm in a pantsuit.
Yeah.
However, the queen has kind of fucked me up, so can you come with me? And I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's just like a little spiritual, like, hey, I'm in your brain. I'm here with you.
Yeah, because the Rose knows that she's not invited, and
Right.
so Lissa asks for what I think might be one of the first times if Rose can, quote, do the thing.
Yeah.
And Rose is like, okay, well, I mean, there's probably nothing on TV anyway, so sure, whatever.
Yeah, right. It's like, I guess that's fine.
Right. So we
We
get to see
get
this.
this meeting. Yes. Fucking Tatiana's there. Adrian's there.
Yeah.
Which is
It's very
important.
weird to Lissa at the beginning, and Rose.
Right. Because they're all just like, what is happening? What is this meeting? What's going on?
Right.
Which is funny because Adrian is largely ignored for a lot of this. He is there,
Yeah, he's
but
just
nobody.
sitting there.
He's just sitting there. Nobody's really talking to him. He is talking. Nobody's listening or responding to the most part.
Yes.
And they have this like little plant in the middle of the table, and she's like, "Hey, Lissa, can you do that thing you do? Can you make this go wild?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure. I guess." And this huge thing like grows like a foot tall. It's like got flowers going on. It's this huge. Everyone's like, "Wow! Oh my God! These powers are amazing. You're so amazing."
It seems sus to me that the queen of the vampire world would not know about spirit.
Yeah, seems a little fucked up, right?
Especially if I think it's her nephew, maybe it's by a couple of degrees, Adrian,
Yeah,
has this magic.
Right. It's like, hello?
hello?
Did you just not want to address this? Just thought it'd be fine and that nobody else would have it or something?
Yeah,
Or
like, what did you do when he didn't choose like when he didn't choose a fucking, what's it called? Like when he didn't choose a resource or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You were just like, oh,
Interesting.
typical Adrian.
Right. Yeah. God, he just never wants to commit to anything.
Right. You were just like, oh, it's typical commitment issues. He just couldn't choose a path. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And then Priscilla and Tatiana are being like, wow, this could be pretty useful for us.
Right.
We could use this for war crimes, basically. Like, you know,
Jesus.
like this could be something we use to keep people healthy and around all the time, whatever. And just kind of
Just like fucking
trying to,
Victor.
right, just trying to see how to exploit this thing. And Lissa's like, well, I mean, that could
I'm here.
hypothetically that could work, but also we did have a very serious instance of that where we got kidnapped and like had to like with on the promise of like healing this bad dude, you know.
Right.
That was quite recent, so maybe we should like remember that a little bit. And also this could be very much exploited quite easily, and we'd have to like be the deciders of who gets to, you know, be benefited. And then Miss fucking like class queen class rights advocate here is going like, yeah, and also for just like picking and choosing who gets it, isn't it weird that like the royals get all the protections and everyone else is kind of fucked? You know, it's a little fucked up.
I feel like Lissa took like a 101 human rights class and was like, actually,
She's like, wait a damn minute.
Yeah, she's like making her first Twitter thread as like, actually, I don't know who needs to hear this, but the way that we act is really fucked up. And it's like, yeah girl. Yeah, y'all have been doing this for a really long time.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh God.
And it's, listen, I am grateful that Liz is doing this and having a chance to talk to the queen, because she's a royal, so it matters more when she says it.
Her words mean something.
And Adrian kind of pulled some strings to get this to happen.
Right.
It also seems like what she's saying resonates with Priscilla. Priscilla's like, okay, all right, damn. Like, you seem to have some sway here. With the queen, however, she's like, it sounds like you're accusing me of something. So
right. It seems like you're actually being a little hostile and aggressive towards me, so I'm just gonna leave.
Right.
This is rude.
Especially when, you know, like, Liz is getting pretty breathless and like worked up, and most of what she comes down to is like, why are we still clinging to the past? Like, why isn't there a better way to do things? And she often throughout this is bringing up Tasha and how Tasha had brought things up at the ski lodge in the last book. Mm-hmm. And she seemed very inspired by that.
Yeah.
But Tatiana is like, well, it seems like you're calling me out, so I gotta blast.
Right. I actually, I can't emotionally handle this right now. I'm feeling like I'm being attacked, so I gotta go.
I'll see you at the trial. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because I don't think that Tatiana, especially because I think she's in her mid 60s from what was described before, she seems pretty set in her ways,
right,
of liking how things are done now,
right.
But Adrian seems very excited about how this conversation went.
Mm-hmm. He's like, we need to get some drinks. That was fabulous. This is good news.
Yeah, he seems happy about it. So, sure.
Yeah. The vampires are unionizing, you know?
Oh
saying,
my God.
Fuck the queen. Overthrow the queen.
Listen, I'll support a union. I love that.
Always.
But the two of them seem to be going to go get a drink somewhere in this town. And Rose is
it's
like,
it's a 24-hour bar.
Yeah. Which seems like Rose's time to, like, dip out of her head. And the end of this chapter I found to be very interesting, personally.
Yeah.
I was not
Rose is doing a little bit of exploring in the royal court. You know, walking around, seeing the rooms, the palace, all the entryways and stuff. And then she sees Christian and Eddie talking to someone. And she's like, who the fuck is that? What's up? It's Mia. She's back, baby. She's here.
Back.
Hello.
She's here.
She's here.
One of my favorite things about Rose, too, when she starts exploring, she's like, oh my God, this place is like a town. It, like, has buildings and, like, stores. And it's like, yeah, girl. Yeah. Like, they're in the middle of nowhere. What did you think?
Yeah, seriously.
But anyways, my favorite thing about chapter 12, when they start, is Rose describes Mia like she has come back from studying abroad.
Yes, it's like she's got a whole new lease on life. She's got a different energy, like.
And I guess that makes sense.
Because it has been a while since they've seen each other.
Yes.
Really, since the most, dramatic little hostage situation, they haven't really been in the same sort of situation,
Yeah. I think she says it's been like a month since Mason's funeral.
Right, yeah.
And at least a month more since it was her mom that died. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's completely understandable after two majorly traumatic events for Mia to need to kind of like change everything, really.
Right. Yeah.
But the way that Rose explains it is like, yeah, like she like changed everything about her physical appearance, and
she's got a little tan now.
She's got a little tan.
She's got a little tan.
It's like she literally went abroad and came back and she started saying Ibiza. And it's like, girl,
right.
like she
like,
needed to get away
for
her
she was like,
literal health.
I need a spring break, okay? You're going to let me have that. I need this more than anything.
Yeah. It's not like she went to Greece just to like fuck 3 dudes and have a kid and stay there for the rest of her life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was for her mental health.
Yeah. So. And then we find out, too, that, like, she lives here now. Like, her dad, like, works at the coffee shop, and she lives in the town or whatever, and, you know, is just out here being tutored, or, like, kind of just, like, still studying, just in a different format, and not at St. Vladimir's.
Right. Can
which,
I make
like,
a
go
confession?
Off. Yes.
The way that Rose has described the royal court as being a mini town, when I see it in my head, I see it as the little town from Shrek.
Oh my god.
Like,
I mean, I love that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
in the beginning of Shrek.
Yes, I do. I do know what you mean.
Like, where you get a ticket and they do the little, like, song.
Little song and dance, yeah. You just, like, step right up. Come on in. Yeah.
That's what I
honestly
see in my head.
Yeah, I think that's valid, for sure.
Okay. All right. So that is where my mind is at right now.
This is where we are.
Yeah. So it's cute that they're, like, in a little cafe having a good conversation about the most traumatic moment that all 4 of them have been in.
Yeah.
And that was the part I think that hurt me the most, is when Christian was like, looked at me and was like, you've changed. And she's like, actually, bitch, we've all changed.
We're all different now, okay? There's something
about us. You can't just come out
of
of something like that and not be fucked up.
Totally different. Yep.
I did think it was rude that she looked at Rose and was like, actually, Rose, I feel like you've changed. Mostly
you've changed the most. You've actually changed a lot, and I can't even explain why, but you're different. Like, okay.
So rude.
Call her out. Jeez.
So rude to say.
Yeah.
But Mia seems okay.
Yeah, Mia seems like in a better sitch, which is great, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to do a little bit of magic stuff on the hush-hush, you know? Just trying to, like, feel it out and see what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
Which we love to see.
Seems like when shit hits the fan here, she'll be leading the charge, which is good.
Yeah. We get this moment.
It's not good. It's not a good
Lissa
moment.
And Christian, as they kind of waltz in and sort of talk about, or like Lissa walks in and talks about sort of the thing, and they're a little buzzed, it seems like, you know, they're vibing a little bit, being possibly a little flirtatious. Christian is pissed watching all of this unfold.
Right. Understandably.
And yes, and Christian keeps kind of accelerating the whole Adrian thing of being like, how are you even here? What did you even do to, like, you know, whatever, to this, which is...
Because Christian has no chill.
Because Christian has no fucking chill. And Adrian's like, yeah, okay, I, like, pulled some strings, and I did a little stuff. I didn't, like, harass anybody. I just, like, you know, thought this was important, so I, like, did my best.
my aunt,
whatever.
so what?
She's my aunt. So, like, I used the keys that I have and turned them, you know? And he's just, like, shitting on him. And Adrian's like, I'm just trying to, like, make something nice, okay? I'm just trying to, like, do something nice. I know you all think I'm an evil guy, but, like...
I'm just a 21-year-old trying to help you 17-year-olds. What's the problem with that?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't understand why you're all so upset with me. Whatever. I'm leaving to go smoke my clove cigarettes.
Right next to the door.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not great. Mm-hmm. The fact that as soon as he leaves, Christian's like, were you getting drunk with him? And it's like, okay, first of all.
Sir.
Chill.
Yeah. She just had a very stressful meeting. Okay.
Yeah. it seems very petty. I'm not entirely sure why Rochelle is doing this.
Yeah.
It's not moving the plot forward at any point, but it does seem like it was up to Rose to kind of diffuse this again.
Yeah, always just being like, you guys love each other. Adrian's not doing anything to you guys' relationship. Just, please. I'm gonna pick up the pieces of your anger again. God.
She's starting to get really resentful about it. But it does seem to kind of settle at some point, which is good.
Yeah.
And
while getting no recognition, as per usual.
No.
No.
She seems very annoyed by it and finally just, like, leaves.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what, I'm gonna be right back.
Right. BRB.
And, like, as soon as she opens the door to go outside, was hoping that there would be some fresh air. She just gets cloves.
Yeah.
This
it's all a
motherfucker
wash of cloves.
cannot just step a couple feet away. Has no respect.
Yeah. God. And of course he's angry. He's just like, you knew what was going to be out here. You didn't have to come out. And she's like, can we all just calm down a little bit, please? Can we all just lower our anger levels a little bit? Yeah. They're being weird and they're making a lot of shit about you and it's fucked up and, like, it's not your fault. Like, whatever. Just, like, can we chill, please? You know?
Adrian's also a little bit pissy because he's like, you really shouldn't have been shocked. Like, I did all of this for you.
Yep. Like, I didn't even do this for Lissa. You know, this is for you.
And if you had listened to my family history in that dream, you would have not been surprised. And it's like, dude, really?
Yeah. Come on. That was a very cryptic dream.
Yeah.
Sir.
So weird. The ending of this chapter, when they finally, like, leave, because Mia's like, oh, hey, I remembered why I'm here for the plot.
Yeah. Right. I have to excel things a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, my dad said to give this to you. Mm-hmm. One of the people that he works with
had a little message for you.
Yeah, said to give this to you. And then she was like, okay, bye.
Cool. Thanks for the letter.
Yeah.
And this is the most bananas letter I've ever read in my life. It is threatening and scary, and I hate it. And it's supposed to be like, oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Like, the proceedings, the court stuff is going to be, like, so entertaining. I wonder how Liz is doing. And I'm also always fascinated by your romantic escapades.
Ugh.
And
especially when he was like, I can't wait to share them in the courtroom tomorrow.
First of all, sir, hello?
Best wishes, VV.
Mr. Victor Dashkov.
This motherfucker.
Can he just stop? Enough. I can't.
Like, dude, you are taunting a minor.
Yeah.
Go pick on people your own age.
Yeah, get a job. Stay away from her.
Like, read a book. Do a do something. I don't know.
Come on.
Stop picking on minors.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
But the idea that, like, his beef, like, what he's going to be bringing to the court tomorrow is, like, I know I did these bad things. Mm-hmm. I know I almost killed these minors and used them to not only, like, change my life, but to, like, cause harm and decide who lives and who dies. But actually what you should be focusing on is this relationship at your school.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Like,
that's more of a crime than what I did, I think. So
yeah, that sounds like a bigger issue. So yeah, Victor, shut up.
Yeah, for real.
Anyways, we have chapters 13 and 14 next week, and if they don't get into the goddamn trial, I swear to God, what is the point of this book?
I need this. Let's go.
Yeah, we have some amazing patrons.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Katie Black.
Ooh. Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Ooh. Congrats on all of your new movies coming out.
Yes. So exciting.
Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Boy, 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 boy. Thank you to Mickey Meyer.
Ooh. Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Boy, boy. Thank you to Mulch Gray.
Mulch.
Ooh.
Thank you to our unofficial intern, Taylor Brown Town Lautner.
Ooh. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Ooh. Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh. Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
O'Shea. Thank you to Aaron Weber.
Ooh. Thank you to Clara Belikov.
Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to Hannah Dragomir.
Ooh. Thank you to Hope Castile.
Ooh. Thank you to Rachel Ashford.
Ooh. Thank you to Abby Ivashkov? I don't know these.
Yeah.
Yes, Ivashkov.
Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Thank you to Samara Rinaldi.
Ooh. Thank you to my mom, your mom, our mom, Kelly Beck.
Kelly Beck.
Ooh.
Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh. Thank you to Laura Forty.
Thank you to Catherine Hathaway.
Ooh. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Dan Zeklos. All right, I found this. This is a find by me.
Wow. Excavating.
I'm an archaeologist, some might say. This was written by Catnips C.
Okay.
And it is titled Just Moments. The summary is random unseen moments from the Vampire Academy universe, ranging from the happiest and the funniest to the saddest. And so this is from chapter 2 titled Sneaking, and it's from Dimitri's point of view.
All right.
On suppressing an urge to talk to Rose, I continued patrolling until I saw a faint shadow near the staircase. The moment had caught my eye, and I proceeded towards the staircase, wondering if the students were already setting up pranks for the approaching prank week. On turning at the corner, I found Guardian Milton sitting on the staircase and having an apple. He informed me that he had just been relieved from his duty and was so hungry that he decided to eat first before heading for his next shift. I was still in conversation with him when his facial expressions changed, morphing from relaxed to surprised. The act was enough of an alert as I ducked and blocked a sidekick. I didn't need to know who it was. Rose was trying to sneak up on me and had failed yet again, but I could hear her frustrated growl from the moment I had countered her attacks. She was furious as soon as I had pinned her on the floor, but I had to work hard. She always tested my limits. Looking up, I had found Guardian Milton staring at us dumbfounded, and on the other end of the corridor stood 2 other guardians, both sharing a look of plain confusion, which was soon replaced by amusement. Before anyone could question anything, I informed them that Rose and I kept up sneaking upon each other to keep each other on our toes, a test for awareness and the ability to act under sudden, unforeseen events, a part of the training. No one questioned my seriousness. Rose's nonchalant comment stating that she had to avenge herself for me defeating her cleared any and all doubts. Soon we returned to our duties, but the mischievous glint in Rose's eyes said that I wasn't off the hook. Instead, I guessed that I was in greater trouble. End scene.
Damn. Sneaky, sneaky.
Very sneaky.
Quite sneaky.
The idea that they would just, try to beat the shit out of each other during the workday, is very wild to me, but sure. I guess
but,
that's what
go
love
off,
is
I guess.
to them. That sounds great. Well, folks, we gave you so many recommendations from one specific streaming app today.
Yeah, very true.
But watch a rom-com. I think is my recommendation for you.
Yes, always good.
It doesn't need to be one that's recent. In fact, I would say not, just because there's a lot of good old ones. But
true.
Do you?
Yeah.
And until next week, as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit
and get whipped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.